Austria, me darlings. Okay, Austria Heritage Travel Trip, Companions, Ideation, 12 March 2024. So I'm filming this 12 March 2024. I'm Tanis Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Seattle, and this is my YouTube channel, Tanis Leonhardi. And so this is the Austria Heritage Travel Trip, currently in the semi-documentation stage of tracing my ancestral origins. So there is documentation. So this falls into the lump of, it would be my dad's side that came from Germany, ancient Tyrol, which is Germany, Austria, in northern Italy, and were ancient Roman, as in like Roman Empire, which is different than modern Roman, which is the city of Rome. So people who live in Rome are called Romans. People thousands of years ago, that Roman had a very different region to it. So northern Italian, but not Italian, ancient Roman, you know, kind of thing. My family moved a lot, and I think there's a whole lot more of the, it's like, yeah. Anyway, okay, there's the Leonhardi with the Y, which is not how my surname is spelled, and that one did not go through Austria. That variant of Leonhardi went through Switzerland. So I'm not the Swiss, the Austrian Leonhardi kind of thing, which is Leonhardi, that namespace. There's a lot of variations of Leonhardi. It's kind of like there's Leonard and Leonhardt and stuff like that. That's different than Leonhardi. Okay. Leonhardi itself has its own variations. So they are different, but the name, that it is a very common, like, there are a lot of Leonards in the world, you know, kind of, and a lot of Leonard surnames and stuff. So kind of like my first name and middle name, right? The components and variations and like sub parts of the words, Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, they're all common as names. So in that sense, I'm a very common name kind of thing when given like the proper treatment. So for this one, it's semi-documentation, so dates to be determined. It's also not in the Heritage Travel Trip series sequence, like it doesn't have its own playlist. So I'm just gonna go back to link in the video description to the video where I revisited the Heritage Travel Trip series. I think I brought up Austria at that point, and I was like, it's not part of the series, and it's still not. But I'm like, in the case I actually do a trip and get kind of full documentation or full confirmation or whatever, maybe I should just do a companion video now. All right, so that's this, because I have the Heritage Travel Trip series playlist, I can put it in, and I can address it here, right? It's still at semi-documentation, so it's not in the full set yet. Okay, and I think that descriptor's in the playlist, Heritage Travel Trip series playlist description. So videos have descriptions and playlists have descriptions. So that's elaborated there currently, kind of thing. Who would be the companions? So Barnabas Varga says, I'm coming and I'm not going to let you touch the steering wheel. Then we have Roland Salai, Attila Salai, Hubert Kos, and John Heafy. So we're doing the up to like a man, you know, I was saying me, Tanis Leonhardi, up to 5. So that's the, like, including 5, so like less than 6, I guess, a better way of describing them. So those are the 5. Also, interesting thing about Hungarian men. So there was a video that I've done movie notes for, like a movie from the Hungarian Football Association, Magyar Labdarúgó Szövetség. Okay, so I'm like, point being, right, Dominique Szoboszlai, when he speaks in English, and he's very good at speaking English, the pitch of his voice changes. And on Saturday when I saw, so Hubert Kos was like, you know, 2 rows ahead of me in giving his interview kind of thing. Well, not kind of thing, that was the thing, but like kind of thing, because he was on the ground and I was like, there was a row and then there was me and he was right there giving his interview. His voice in the interview when he was answering questions, first off, he was better spoken than some of the people who are native English. No offense to Matthew Jensen. but his pitch changed like Dominique Szoboszlai's. I was like, you know, a person's Hungarian, native Hungarian, in their speaking linguistics when the pitch of their voice changes and when they speak English. It was kind of interesting because I was watching him in person and was going, Dominique Szoboszlai had the same thing with his voice. So he's very fluent. He speaks English better than I do. Hubert Koos and Dominique Szoboszlai, but Hubert Koos in person I've seen. And Hubert Koos is like, you are not going to Austria without me. I'm like, well, we're gonna put that in video form, and then if these trips happen, and this is like, you know, there's like the main Heritage Travel Trip series if they happen, and then there's the like semi-documentation if they happen. But Hubert Koos is a supermodel. Him and Léon Marchand and Andrei Minakov all meet my like supermodel. I'm like, they're so handsome. They're just like, wow. Yeah, the big starry eyes, because they are just that handsome. Okay, so that was my Austria Heritage Travel Trip companions, ideation, 12 March 2024.